Noah, what's up?
What's up, man?
I'm glad to have you here, and well, I'm glad to be in your space.
Yeah, glad to share the space.
Now, your character, OMG. I mean, last season, season 4 was crazy. How did you mentally prepare for that?
Man, there's not a lot of mental preparation that that you
No?
really can do. Well, no, because you never if something's about to happen in your life, you never mentally prepare yourself for it. You have no idea it's about to happen, So I kind of just dive in and see what happens. Is kind of my method for everything.
But I mean, because even when I was watching, I was just like, wow, I felt so sad for you. I felt, and was it an out of body experience for you?
No, not. I mean, out of body, not entirely out of body. It was definitely a surreal experience. I'll say that. I really enjoyed seizing. That was actually something that I worked pretty hard on, and more than anything, being able to see that come to life. I remember I was watching some of those scenes, and my heart started to race, and I started to get kind of emotional about it. Because I've actually had experience with something like a seizure. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but it's definitely in the ballpark of that. So watching it, I was like, oh damn, that takes me back to where I was at when I was doing that. So it was definitely a surreal experience. And
yeah, I mean, just bravo to you for that performance, because I mean, wow.
Thank
I
you.
mean, that's something I don't felt like we really seen in you. And I know you've always said that you wanted to tap in and do something more emotional.
Yeah, totally.
So that was really good. The dynamic between you and your sister, there was Sierra, who plays Mariana. How are you guys offset? Because you guys are really, really close on set.
Oh yeah, no, we're tight offset. We live pretty close to each other. We don't hang out all the time, but when we hang out, we usually have a great. It's very similar offset onset. It's all love. It's all similar.
Who is your go-to person whenever there's something going on with you offset? If you can kind of run to someone, who would you?
That I work with.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, I feel comfortable going to any of them with any problem. To be completely honest with you, which is really cool. But David and I think have spent the most time together offset.
Yeah.
So David and I kind of have a cool connection.
So what can we expect from your characters in season 5?
More emotional breakdowns.
Yeah.
More instability, for sure. And then also, growth. There will be growth, in the development of his TBI and a bit of recovery. So there's good and bad for sure.
Now, you work so much on the show, do you ever get time off? And if you do, what is it that you do on your off day?
Yeah, 1,000%. I usually, I work for 10 weeks, and then the hiatus, which is our break period, goes for 10 weeks. And I usually fill all my hiatuses with, 5 weeks, 6 weeks total of work and other projects.
I like that.
And then I probably have 4 to 5 weeks off usually, and if I'm not in LA, I try to travel. I try to get out.
Well, what can we actually expect from you?
From me?
Yeah, I mean, you said you work the
I have a show. I'm working on a show right now called Tagged.
Okay.
It's with J.C. Kalin, Leah Johnson, and a bunch of other really beautiful people. And I shoot that in New Mexico. I shot that last hiatus. I got a 3-episode arc on that series. It's on Go 90 and it's on Hulu soon. And I believe it's coming out on K2. I forget what it's called, but it's a European network, which will be tight.
Okay.
And then I got a film coming out called Sierra Burgess is a Loser, where I play Jamie in high school footballs.
On the show, you're like a ladies' man, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say. Are you that in real life?
I mean, I definitely enjoy spending time with female energy. I think there's something about it that's just.
I like how he put that.
Right, it's a different feeling than being around your homies, and more than anything, I've pretty consistently I've had a girlfriend, and that's been really, really great because there's something about that is just so grounding, and to have support is beautiful. But more than anything, just female energy is to have around is healthy for me. It's healthy for everyone.
I think this is a question that a lot of people would kind of want to know. Since this show is about it's not about the LGBT community, but it takes place in that world.
Yeah.
And that set the tone for the whole show. And what were your thoughts before actually coming onto the show? Like, what were your thoughts about gays, lesbians, and what are your thoughts now being in?
No difference. No difference in thought. Before the show, I always thought love is love. If you're happy, if you're comfortable with yourself, go do you. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you know, go do you and be happy. And it's the same now. And if anything, I'm more involved now and I know more, which is a really beautiful thing. But my beliefs and my views haven't shifted at all. I think you should be free to love and be loved by whoever.
I love it.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
You heard it from this one. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right.